Hey y'all, Chuck here in Thap Phanong, Thailand, finally back home in Isan. I'm way behind on my Q&A videos, I apologize. Well, tomorrow is our Sunday fun day. It's going to be fun, I promise you. And then I'm gonna get an update after that and let you guys know what's happening next to where we're going. But I have a lot of questions. I tried to answer some of them on the road. It's very difficult for me to reply sometimes. On my telephone, it's hard to do that. Plus, you know, I'm video and I got a lot of excuses, right? So anyway, I've got a lot of Q&A questions. I got a lot that are emailed on my Gmail that are pretty in-depth questions that I just haven't got to yet, but I have read them. And I will get to them shortly, I promise. But when I'm traveling, I get behind on this. So anyway, the trips are fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the trip. Let's get to the first question. Mr. Tin Man 69 question regarding the strings tied to the wrist. Are the strings blessed by the monks during the house or event blessing, and then they are given to the guests? He's talking about the housewarming party that I went to, showed you guys. That was pretty fun. Yeah, the monks, they do bless all of the strings. The strings are tied on with an additional blessing for that individual person for good luck, good health, have babies, have lots of money, stuff like that. It's just a blessing from the monks and from friends and family. They do that on almost every Thai traditional event. Philip Tweedy asked, the white skin thing might be something to do with white elephant worship. I'm not really sure what the white elephant worship is. I'm sorry, I don't understand that. But I will answer your question about the white skin thing because it does come up a lot. Thai people like white skin. That's just it. If you watch TV in Thailand, every other commercial is a whitening cream. The person's white with beautiful teeth, perfect body. Thai people just want to be white. They're not racist. You know, the funny thing is when they're in school and they're little kids, they're taught that black is ugly and white is beautiful. And they'll display pictures of a black person and a white person and they'll put ugly and beautiful. That wouldn't go over at all in the Western world because we're too sensitive to those things, but it doesn't mean that they don't like black people. It just means they just don't like the skin color to be dark. They want to be white. To them, in Thailand, most farmers and poor people have dark skin, and they're becoming more Western and Western. They want to be beautiful and pretty, and Thai women, they hardly like to work as laborers, or this is the young women. They don't want to work as laborers or work in a restaurant or a waitress. They want to work in the air conditioning, in a bank, in the grocery stores, in department stores, in the mall. That's where you'll see all the younger Thai women. Now, that being said, Thai women, I think, are the backbone to Thailand, the older women. You will see them outside laying concrete, laying bricks, welding steel, doing carpentry, road construction, everything. And they're dark, but they don't care. They are hard-working women, and they don't really care about skin color, really, but they love white. They love white. You will see the Buddhist. I'm sorry. You will see the Buddhas and the temples are getting wider and wider and wider. I don't know. It's just that they like to be white. It's beautiful to them. They like the color white. As foreigners, we like dark skin. You know, we like tan skin, really. Anyway. I don't get it, but that's the reasoning that I got from everybody. So, Tom Twin Spear. Thank you, Chuck. I keep saying this is your best video, but you keep topping it. Thanks, Tom. I appreciate that. I hope I can continue that. May I add one to your Q&A? What is the best way for a person, non-resident, who knows nothing about the system and has no ties with the area to open a bank account? He wants to try to open a bank account with a retirement visa. How do I start? Surely I can't just land at, say, Chiang Rai or any town and walk into a bank and say, please, may I open an account? Thank you, Chuck. As always, grateful. Tom, here's my suggestion, what you do. There's other ways you can do that. This is the best way I think that you can handle this situation. You got to have 800,000 baht to have a retirement visa in Thailand. So you're going to obtain a visa prior to coming here, which will give you a 90-day visa in Thailand, a retirement visa. Then you're going to have to, once you get in, you're going to check in, and then after the 90 days, you're going to have to reapply for an extension. So when you got your long stay retirement visa, you can go to the bank with 1,000 baht and open an account. My recommendation is Bangkok Bank in an area that has a lot of Phalong in it, because they'll be familiar with the system, and because they've got to deal with our country at the end of the year with the IRS. So Bangkok Bank, bring 1,000 baht. I suggest you bring 10,000 US over. You can bring that with you. I would open the bank account and put that in there, and then once you obtain the bank account, you can transfer money into that account. You'll have a window of, from the time you got to have it for 60 days. So if it takes you a week to get the account, then you'll have 3 weeks to transfer money into that account to show that you have 800,000 baht. It's not that difficult to do, really. It's not. So yeah, that's what I would do. Yeah, it's really not that big of a deal. I made a video of what happened to me. It was a bad deal when I first got here, and a lot of confusion. You read all these stuff on how to do this and how to do that, and you've got an idea in your head, because the problem in Thailand is 20 different people will have 20 different scenarios on how they got their bank account. So your scenario might be different, and you're freaking out because you've got to have a bank account to stay here. Why can't I get one? But it really is easy. Just go to Bangkok Bank, open it up, transfer your money in there, and be done with it. It's not that big of a deal. But if you want to watch the video, I had some gratification at the end of it. You also asked, do Thai people not normally have ovens in the kitchen? No, they don't. They don't bake anything typically. So everything is easily bought outside. They usually they have these little convectional ovens that they use, but normally no, they don't use. They don't really eat bread that much and cakes. The only thing you would need to do in an oven for them is like bake a chicken or a turkey or a ham, or not a ham, but some pork, and just assume buy that already cooked. Patty Stern Jacob, hi Chuck and Paige, great Q&A. Okay, I really think it is great what you both do for the kids. Oh, thank you. Question, do Thai people tell jokes like we Americans love to do? Is it part of their culture? Well, Patty, I'm sure you've watched any one of my Sunday Fun Day videos, and you can see everybody's laughing and having a good time. I know you're not don't know what they're saying. So it began. Most of the time I don't either, because they're speaking Lao and speaking Isan, and who knows, they're drunk too. So, but they tell jokes all the time. They'll say a joke about you in front of your face, even if you know what they're saying. That's how Thai people are. If you're fat, they'll just make fun of you if you're fat, or you're missing your teeth, or your hair looks stupid. Thai people are just open like that, not hateful. They would never say anything in a hateful way, and never say anything to try to hurt your feelings. But Thai people aren't that sensitive, so they're always telling jokes. It's funny. A lot of the women tell a lot of dirty jokes too. Roger, are you religious? That's a deep question, Roger. If so, what is your religion? What are your thoughts on Buddhism? Have you thought of becoming a Buddhist? Do they encourage Farangs to convert? My religion is, you can call it Christianity. I don't go to church. I don't practice the religion. I don't sleep with a Bible. I believe it starts in your heart. I have a lot of confusion about the religion and Christianity. I just see so many corrupt things, and I just see things with my eyes, and I don't know. I try to stay away from bad things as much as possible. I believe religion starts in your heart. I believe in fate. I believe in things happen for a reason. I believe you get in life what you give. A lot of the Buddhists think the same way. You get what you give, but they believe also that you will get back in the next life what you give in this life, good or bad. So, thoughts on Buddhism. I think that's why I fell in love with Thailand. The only thing I don't like about it is the blind faith. They're not afraid of death, I guess, and sometimes that's dangerous when you're walking down a street or riding a motorcycle or driving a car. They'll see something dead on the side of the road, a dead person, and they'll take pictures of it, and it's kind of spooky for me. I've seen a couple of horrible things in Thailand, and it really doesn't faze Thai people. When people die, it's just part of life. It's the way it is. They'll move on to their next life, and it's a celebration for that. No, I've never had anybody try to convert me into Buddhism. My wife is Buddhist. We've been together for over 10 years. She's never tried to convert me, and I've never tried to convert her. It's funny, back in America, we would have people knocking on our door trying to convert her into Jehovah's Witness or something. She would just say, I don't speak English, or she would just finally say, I'm Buddhist, leave me alone. But no, they don't do that here. Actually, Buddhism, they respect all religions, and you can be Buddhist and try to be Christianity. You can try any religion you want to. Buddhism is inside your soul. It's a way of life. It's not like a Sunday, certain time of day, Wednesday thing, church. It's not like that. Robert Rose, I have a question for you. Do you have a Thai ID card, or do you the process, or I guess you're saying, do I know the process of obtaining one? Might be a good one for a Q&A. There's so many different opinions out there on this matter. Have also been looking at this on Thailand desk, and all the answers are clear as mud. Thanks again. I don't have a Thai ID card. I'm in the process of getting a Thai ID card. People have obtained an ID card in different ways. Basic rules is you need to have a long-term visa. You've got to get inside. You got to be in the blue book or a yellow book. So you got to be signed in a blue book and a home registration so you can get a yellow book. You need a yellow book. This can be done by a landlord. If you own a home, it can be done easily like that. Here's my scenario. I live here in my father-in-law's house, so he's adding me into his blue book as a resident of this house. Then I need to have my passport. This is why I haven't got one yet. My passport has to be translated into Thai language so that they can type it all inside the computer system, and they don't want to type it in English. So I've heard that some people didn't have to do this, but here where I live is where I have to get my ID card. That's what they wrote down on the list of things to do. So all that being said, it's pretty easy to get an ID card. You just need to go to the place in your hometown where you're staying. It's a places like a vital statistics places where you get your ID cards. It's where people get married. Most of it with an ID card. So you can go in there and ask them, bring a Thai person, what it's going to take to get an ID card. So I don't have one. I use my driver's license, my Thai driver's license for everything. The only benefit I know of having the Thai ID card is you don't have to carry your passport with you. You can use that. And you can use that to get on an airplane. So I've also heard that people have flashed their Thai ID card, and the officer never seen a Falong in his life with a Thai ID card, and it wasn't working for him. He wanted to see the guy's passport. The guy didn't have his passport, so he had to get somebody. The guy screwed up. He was drunk, so he had to get somebody to get his passport to bring it to them. So. And I also heard that somebody could not board a plane with the Thai ID card because that person, and obviously nobody else in this little airport in Nakhon Phanom, has ever seen a Falong with a Thai ID card. So anyway, I guess what happens is I'll try it a few times and see how it goes, but I almost think I'm going to have to carry my friggin' passport anyway, so I don't know. You can get one if you want. I don't know. It's probably just as easy to carry your passport around and have that. I think getting a driver's license helps a lot, because when you're driving around here, you get pulled over at least 10 times a damn trip. Let's see. I know that wasn't as clear as mud. Unfortunately, that's just Thailand. Nothing is written in stone here. Nothing is clear. I'm telling you this, and somebody else can tell you that. I'm just telling you my experiences, and I'm telling you what I've researched and what I have asked other Thai people in other Phanom. So, Daryl Jang, hi Chuck, love your videos. Thank you, Daryl. Can you get a whole turkey in Thailand and do a Thanksgiving dinner? We just did our Thanksgiving Day in Cha'am with our friends. I'll share the video of that for you. But there's a place down the street that sells, there's a turkey farm. Mama wants, Soy Mafia wants a turkey for New Year's this year. So I'm going to go get a turkey, have it butchered, and I'm going to cook a turkey in my oven. Typically, Thais don't eat a whole turkey. They don't have ovens mostly. It's not a tradition for them. They don't really eat a lot of turkey for the most part. Let's see. Preston Bagratoni. I hope I got that right, Preston. Chuck, are you eating in almost every video? I have a question about your love life. Great. Between a man and a woman, are there any traditional laws that dictate what and how to act in public? Do they kiss in front of family and strangers alike? Have they never seen any kissing or hugging in almost? I have never seen any kissing or hugging in almost all of your videos. A great video indeed. Thank you. Okay, let me answer your question. I think it's more of a personal question between me and Paige, but which is no big deal. I don't have a problem answering that. But public affection it's just like anywhere. You know, older people don't do that, and Thai people have a lot of respect for their elders. So, yeah, in the mall, you'll see people holding hands. You see people making out in public? No. I've never seen normal people making out in public. Do me and Paige hold hands walking around? Yeah, Paige is a big fan of public affection. She'll grab onto me and hang on me and stuff like that. Not all the time. And me personally, I don't want to make out with Paige in public, but I've kissed her in front of her parents. I've kissed her, but it doesn't matter. When I feel like doing it, we'll do it. But typically, I don't, and she doesn't like clinging. I really hate that, to be honest with you. I don't want to be groped or just clung to. I don't like it. So we just don't really share that in public. I know there's some bloggers out there that like to show their girlfriend's ass and show this and that. I just don't really have any interest in sharing that with you guys. I mean, it doesn't bother me if it just happens to be in a video, but I don't want to like, oh, look at this and look at that, to try to get people to watch me and then complain about it when people say derogatory shit. You know what I mean? So I just don't get into public affection that much, and neither does Paige. But yeah, we hold hands, and I see, especially younger people holding hands. But I go to the mall and I'll see an 80-year-old dude holding hands with a 25-year-old Thai girl. It doesn't matter. I think it's the same everywhere. Let's see. David Walden. David, I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to meet you in Cha maybe you should come up to Isan. I don't know. It got a little crazy the last couple days that we were there. Important question. In Australia and U.S., you buy self-rising flour or plain flour at the shop in a packet. In Thailand, you go to Big C, they have cake flour and flour. Question, does the cake flour have baking soda included, or do you have to put it in yourself, and how much? Question 2, does cake flour have other things in it, but not baking soda or cream of tartar? This is obviously a baking question. Most people I won't care about this, I don't know. If no baking soda, how much do you put in? P.S. One recipe says you can use vegetable oil to make pastry as long as it is almost frozen when mixing, and kept that way until you are about to use it. Has anybody tried this? Self-rising flour and cake flour and regular flour are 3 different things. So self-rising flour has baking powder in it and baking soda. But cake flour is just a finer grade of flour. It actually has a little less gluten in cake flour, not much. It'll still make you fat, but it's softer, and you really want a fine flour when you're making cakes and desserts and stuff like that. No, there's no added ingredients. It's just cake flour is just a lot finer than regular all-purpose flour. Don't use vegetable oil making pastries. That's nasty. You can, of course you can, but it tastes like crap. Why do you want that? Get butter. What I do when I'm making pastry, I take a block of butter and I stick it in the freezer and I freeze it. And then I roll out, when I'm making my dough, of course all the ingredients has to be cold. The flour, everything has to be cold. So when you're making it, I take the block of butter out of the freezer and I take a cheese grater and I grate the cheese in the bowl and I make my dough and my pastry. Butter tastes 1,000 times better than oil or lard or any of that stuff. My opinion. I think it's better for you too. As good as a pastry could be, right? I hope that answered your question, David. I may have got a couple things wrong with the baking soda and baking powder. I'm not an expert on self-rising flour, so somebody can chime in on that. But I know cake flour, and there's none of that stuff in it. Daryl Rowland, just a quick question, Chuck. What sort of fish do you have in the Mekong River? Do they have a lot of mud in them? That has to be cleaned out? There's all kind of fish in the Mekong River. I don't even have a clue what the hell they're called, to be honest with you. I'm sorry, I don't have a lot of answers on that. They're just river fish. They taste good. So the river fish, typically, the Mekong flows really fast. So everything in that river has to be strong. So when you have a strong fish, the meat is usually a lot better. It's sweeter, and it's white. The fish that I've had out of the Mekong River taste great. I don't eat a lot of like bottom feeder fish. I'm sure I've eaten it, but when we buy a whole fish, the meat tastes really good. I'd never have a taste like a mud catfish back home out of a pond, you know. The river fish usually filter out a lot, and they're very strong fish. I don't know. Sorry, dude. If I was an expert on the fish, I'd probably be catching more. Maybe next year. A photographer in Thailand asked, Chuck, I know you've been having Thai lessons. Have you found a way to absorb what you learn as you're learning? A lot of the information goes in, but I forget most by the next day. I'm slowly building a vocabulary. It gets easier, I can tell you that. I've been in Thailand for a year. My biggest problem is the accent that means a lot in Thai language. If you can't say it kind of properly, it means nothing. So, you know, I have the same problem. I go in one, and I'm in school and I'm paying attention and I write down everything. So the best thing for me was to learn how to write in Thai, learn the alphabet in Thai, because it became easier to memorize things when I can picture the actual letter. So if somebody said like ma prao, which is a coconut, and I can picture in my head ma ma sala'at, you know, I can picture how to say ma prao. I don't know why my brain works that, but if I know how it's spelled, it's easier for me to remember it, and it definitely is easier to sound it out right, because you got to do the vowels. The vowels have to be proper, and the tone has to be proper. As I've been here for a while, your brain gets used to hearing these things. It's crazy, but you just start absorbing all this stuff. And you'll learn something new all the time. And you may remember it I could be in my sleep in the middle of the night and I remember all this crap. I wake up and be kind of halfway asleep and I remember everything. And then I get up and I don't forgot everything because I'm too busy. You know, at Westerners, we've got a whole crap load of stuff going in, and it's hard for us to absorb like a kid. But I don't know, but it gets easier once you're used to hearing it all the time, for sure. Let's see. Kevin, when traveling around, how do you know which temples are going to require men to wear pants? Side note, how long did it take you to feel comfortable walking around filming? Oh, okay. There's no way to know which one requires pants. I've only been to a couple that required me to wear pants, but they give you the pants, these goofy looking, look like MC Hammer pants, if you guys remember that, at the door. So it's no big deal. And same for women, they have that there, because they want you to come in the temple. They're not going to say, oh, get out of here, go buy you some pants. They're going to offer you some pants, so that's not a big deal. There'll be signs. There'll be signs out front that show a picture of a man wearing pants or a picture of a woman wearing pants, or both. Sometimes it's just the women. I don't know, filming, to me, here's the thing, I don't know, I'm just talking right now. I'm not nervous in front of the camera. When I first started videoing, I really didn't know what to say, and I was trying real hard. These Q&As, sometimes I feel like they don't come out because it's like choreographed. I'm reading something, and I'm trying to answer in my own best way. I don't have like an answer written down. I'm just reading the question. It's easier for me to do that because when I'm reading script, it's just like, you know, so I don't know. I'm just used to talking. I've never been afraid of what people thought about me. I really do not care what people think about me. I don't try to be anybody else. So I don't know. I'm just not really shy in front of the camera because I'm not afraid of looking stupid, because I don't really care. And I'm walking through the mall, and you know, I'm in Thailand and I'm already a foreigner, and everybody thinks they don't know me. They think I'm here on holiday. They don't know I live here. They don't know anything about me, and I like it like that. So I'm always a tourist because I have my camera in my hand all the time. I mean, it's just like Chinese in America. They're like filming everything. So I'm the same guy, and I don't care what anybody thinks, and it's just no big deal. But I don't know how long it took me to actually get comfortable in front of the camera. I don't think very long. You can watch some of my travel trailer videos. I think I was still the same there. Just a little grumpier. not much. Gene Marshall, hi Chuck. He said that in one of my videos I said I was tired of driving. Does my wife drive, or do you drive all the way? I drive all the way in the trips. My wife is not, she doesn't like driving a truck, and she's never drove on that side of the road. If she drove, I would be like a cat inside a car. I mean, freaked out. So I drive. I'm tired because I don't like to sit that much, and you have to drive like this the whole time. You can't relax behind the wheel. You constantly gotta be on the defense when in Thailand, because shit is coming at you everywhere and you just can't relax. So I'm a little tight, my knees are hurting, so I'm just tired. It's just the way it is. She doesn't drive, no. Gregory Fortner, are FedEx and UPS available in Thailand? FedEx is available in Thailand, yes. And I think UPS is available in Bangkok, as a matter of fact. But FedEx is available in Thailand, yes. Mr. Tin Man, I know you had one at the beginning. This is one later on that I hadn't got to. He said, you're riding, on one of my videos, I was riding through Cha'am, and I commented on the little houses. Question, the blue and sometimes stainless steel tanks, are they collecting rainwater, having potable water delivered, or something else? I can see if they were on the roof, they could be used to boost water pressure, but I'm curious, thanks. Here's the deal. They don't have very good water pressure in Thailand, so everything has to work off of a pump in order to get water upstairs. Every house, just about every house has a pump, especially two-story houses. So because there's not enough water pressure, if you've got a high-pressure pump and it's not getting enough water from the source, you're going to burn your pump up. So that retains water. Also, sometimes there is zero water pressure in the cities, and these tanks will hold a lot of water to get by with, but that's what it's for. It's just to hold water. YT Viewer, the seaside looks much more peaceful and beautiful than Cha'am and Hua Hin. Do Phalangs retire here? Is the cost of living here less than Cha'am? He's talking about Prachuap, Kirikan, that we went to. Man, I had a great time in that place. I really loved that place. Very quiet, whole lot different atmosphere than Cha'am and definitely Hua Hin. I'm not a big fan of Hua Hin, but I like the peaceful atmosphere. Yes, there's a lot of retired foreigners there, a lot of older people, a lot of people that don't like nightlife. There isn't any nightlife there. There are a few hangout places, but not no girlies swinging from a pole type place. Very laid back. It's a fishing village, but there are a lot of Phalangs there, but they're older. It's a lot cheaper than Cha'am, of course. Cha'am is not as much as Hua Hin, but we ate at a restaurant, me and Paige in Cha'am, and it was 1,000 baht. And then we had basically the same kind of food for less than half of that in Prachuap. But the cost of living is definitely cheaper. Now housing, I think anywhere in housing, there's so much housing in Cha'am, I think you could find a pretty good deal. And there is enough housing in Prachuap, but it's not as abundant as Cha'am. So I think your housing is going to be about the same. I didn't get any prices on housing in Prachuap, but I'm pretty sure it would be about the same. Tom Twin Spear, again, outstanding video, such a scenic area. Sorry, Chuck, this video left me with a lot of questions. Okay, if you can't get to them, please save them for another Q&A. I get the impression Klaus does not like to drive the boat. Why not? Is there a lot of Thai water patrol in the area? Can you have beers while out on the boat? Do the boats have to be registered? Do you need a fishing license to fish in the ocean of Thailand, in Thailand? He can drive the boat. He doesn't like to. He likes to get some of the fishermen to take him out because he's a little concerned about the tide going in and out, because sometimes the tide will leave his boat high and dry where it's parked. So he's concerned about that, and there's some pretty big rocks down in there. But that's his only thing. He doesn't want to tear the boat up. So let's see. You have to have the boat registered? Yeah, you have to have it registered for sure. There's not really a lot of people out there checking that. You can have beer out there, yeah, on the boat, no problem. This question's been asked at least a dozen times. There is no fishing license in Thailand. There's not really a whole lot of licensing for anything in Thailand other than, you know, of course, the typical vehicles, you know, motorcycle, cars and stuff like that, but not any kind of recreational sports, or, you know, there's a license and fee for everything in America, but they don't have that here. I can't imagine Thai people, that's their way of life, is fishing. I couldn't imagine them having to go secure a license to do that. That would be insane here in Thailand. Let's see. Somebody said, and you're such a smartass, I guess I forgot to put your name down, sorry. Chuck, at least you got a picture of you holding up somebody else's fish, haha. Just kidding. Looks like you really looks like you really like the area. Any chance you would move there? Yeah, I just got up that morning, and the people had brought them in there, a couple of those big fish. They told me that those were barracuda. Yeah, somebody said they didn't look like it. They looked like Spanish mackerel. I didn't ask. I've seen barracuda have sharper teeth than that, but they could have been Spanish mackerel. Anyway, they were huge and they were beautiful. So I just held one up for a joke. I never said I caught them. I just said, you know. But they were awesome fish. If I'd have got up early enough, we could have went fishing with them. Maybe next time. No, I'm not going to move there. I'm not going to live anywhere but here. As of right now, I think this is perfect for me. Me and Paige can travel anywhere in the world without having any responsibilities. That's just the way that we want it. I could buy a house tomorrow anywhere I want in Thailand. It's just, I don't know why me personally would want to just stop and settle down. To me, it'd be like going back home and might as well go settle down with my kids. I'm enjoying life here in Thailand, traveling and adventuring and just seeing everything and awe. I'm like a kid again. It's just crazy. So having our home base here, if I want to go stay in Prachuap for a month, I can do that easily. I don't have to worry about somebody taking care of my house or my things. It just so happens that's my scenario, and I'm lucky to have that. If I didn't have family here, then of course we'd have to have a home base somewhere. So, but me personally, I'm not planning on moving there, but I will definitely plan on staying there a while longer at some point. That's it. That is the end of it. I drug that on long enough. I hope I got some questions answered. I know I have a ton more. I apologize I haven't gotten to them. Just been traveling a lot. Tomorrow is Sunday Fun Day. It's going to be a blast. And then I won't tell you. You'll have to tune into that. I'll give you a hint. Klaus and Toon are going to be there, and they want me to make them something special. So anyway, I'm going to do an update after that. Let you guys know where we're going next. I appreciate all the wonderful, wonderful, wonderful comments and all the new awesome subscribers. I really do appreciate you guys coming along with us. I just want to show you guys a better part of Thailand, and I'm just showing you our everyday life. I'm not trying to tell you how this is supposed to be and what to expect. I'm just showing you our experiences and having a great life here in Thailand. So any bad stuff I see, of course, I share it with you, but you know, I try to stay away from negativity, and you could make anything out to be bad if you really wanted it to. I'm just not that kind of a person. So anyway, life is good here in Thailand. Thanks for coming. I want to share it with you. I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.